guys, this is it. Diablo 4 is finally becoming amazing as its cutscenes. Season 4 and the PTR has some amazing changes, and I can't wait to see this go live. Just remember though, some of this stuff is on the PTR, so it is subject to change, but I'm pretty sure this is how a lot of it's going to end up. Alright guys, here we are. Public test rooms, showing you some great stuff that's coming in Diablo 4 and Season 4. I can't wait. So as you know, they've done a really big item overhaul change in this update. Still have our white, our blue, our yellow, and our legendary items. And we also have empowered legendaries, which as you see here, the two stats got the stars by them. They got higher rolls on the stats themselves, which can drop, which are pretty rare. It's a really neat thing. So from now on, you got your whites and blues, probably use them anywhere from like level 1 to 10. And then rares probably up until about 30 until you get fully legendaried out. But other than that, later in the game, these three are basically useless. You don't even need them. You can't even add stats to the yellows anymore. But we still have our occultists. You still use your occultists for adding aspects and changing your stats. In the codex now, we have everything. You'll have everything in the codex now at the start. But yes, in the codex, everything starts at a lowest roll. And you can deconstruct stuff to increase it. As you see, it goes from 2 to 7 right now. I have the max roll because I deconstructed stuff and upgraded it. And that's going to be throughout the entirety of the season, which is great. Changing your stats, enchanting, it's still the same thing. Still come to the occultist. Pick one of the 3 stats you want to change on it. We can still get more stats. I'm going to show you that next. But right now, your first base 3 stats, you can still change the 1 out of the 3 that you want to replace it with something else. Also, the cost stays low. It will go up a little bit, but it stays nice and low, and it's way much easier to change it to what you want now. I love it. Alright, next is each legendary item can have up to 5 stats now. And in order to add the next 2 that you want, and this is why I say, yeah, yellows are pretty much useless now. You have no use for them. You can bring them over to the blacksmith, and he has a new tab called Tempering. So I put the amulet in there, and then I can pick different categories. Now, you don't start out with all of these. You only start out with 1 or 2. You have to find recipes. Actually, this one always respawns. But they look like this. You'll find recipes here. They come from bosses, chests, and hell tides, all kinds of places. You just click them. You learn more. Okay, so tempering an item is as simple as this. You go ahead and select one that you want to do, so you can have 2. And it has 5 temper charges in each slot, and you got 2 slots, so you can go with some utility damage here, or you can pick your damage to crowd, close, distance, and just flat out damage. No more damage on Tuesday. Pick that, and you just click it and skip, and there you go. Alright, as you see, I got 2 stats on here now. The first 2 rolls are free, but you only charges you a temper when you re-roll. So I went ahead and re-rolled twice. As you see, I'm down to 3 out of 5 tempers. So you can have a total of 5 re-rolls an item between 2 stats. And that has how you temper gear. Okay, so masterworking is how you used to upgrade your weapons. Remember how you could just rank up legendaries to +5 dots. You see we still have the dots on them. Well, you can actually do this 3 times now. So you fill up the dots, you go across, and it starts over again. So there's items I'll show you in a minute. You have to grind to do it. But basically, these are the mats we need. We got a new mat called Obducite. And these are other basic deconstruction mats. But you can go ahead and upgrade it 4 times for the first level. Alright. Now, after you rank this up to 4, it's going to start back at 1 again. As you see, maximum of 12 ranks. You're going to need the higher tier stuff. I'll show you where we do this at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to my necro. I'm going to show you this next area we're going to. It's called the pit. It's here in Saragar. And this is how you grind the additional mats for the master crafting stuff. Alright, so before we go into the pit, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here. At the Alchemist, you got transmutation. We got crafting material here. You can make Obducite, Ingolith, and the last one, go ahead and open up the folder here, Netherion. So when you go in the pit, this goes up to different tiers. It goes up to tier 100. You start at tier 1 and you got to clear it to go to the next level. Now, you drop the regular abducite to around tier 13 or 14, somewhere around there. Then you start dropping the next kind. Sorry, so bad with these names, the ingoliths. And then around tier 45, 40-ish around here, then you start dropping the netherions. But yes, you can always downcraft it to the other stuff you need. And I want to show you the necro too, because I feel like this is probably the, with basic gear, just everything's leveled up to 4. Nothing super amazing, but I feel like the minions and the necro build pretty much bring solid damage to where you can actually do this. So it feels really good. So bring in a necro for this stuff, because they're really high monsters. You can't go wrong with making a necro for farming this to start out with, because you really don't need much gear. It's very little investment for a lot of power early. Guys, here at the Alchemist, you got transmutation. We got crafting material here. You can make abducite, ingolith, and the last one, go ahead and open up the folder here, netherion. So when you go in the pit, this goes up to different tiers. It goes up to tier 100. You start at tier 1 and you got to clear it to go to the next level. Now, you drop the regular abducite to around tier 13 or 14, somewhere around there. Then you start dropping the next kind. Sorry, so bad with these names, the ingoliths. And then around tier 45, 40-ish around here, then you start dropping the netherions. But yes, you can always downcraft it to the other stuff you need. And I want to show you the necro too, because I feel like this is probably the, with basic gear, just everything's leveled up to 4. Nothing super amazing, but I feel like the minions and the necro build pretty much bring solid damage to where you can actually do this. So it feels really good. So bring in a necro for this stuff, because they're really high monsters. You can't go wrong with making a necro for farming this to start out with, because you really don't need much gear. It's very little investment for a lot of power early. Okay, so yeah, here in these 40s, these monsters are really high level. 142, 143. And they hit hard. You can die really easy in here. So basically you just got to clear 2 waves. Or basically 2 zones. Then after you clear the 2 zones, you go to a boss. And if you die, you got a 10-minute timer to do the whole thing. And if you die, you'll lose like a minute off your timer. So you want to try to avoid dying at all possible, because these guys, yep, they can kill you quick. So yep, after you clear the 2 zones and you got a boss you got to kill, and just basically beat it before the timer's up and you get your upgrading materials. Go ahead and fast forward to the boss. Alright, we should be closing in the boss. And I can't tell you how nice it is to have necros when you're fighting suppressor monsters when these guys hit this hard. It is so nice that they can go inside the suppressor circle and kill for you. Alright, here we go. See, I feel like these guys do really good damage for how high level these bosses are. 142. The skeletons are just beating him down really well. And remember, I have basic gear, nothing special. Necro's doing work. And there you go. Guarantee you it wouldn't have been any easier on any other class right now, unless you're using the barb, which is getting nerfed down a little bit, and then the druid, which is an actual bug, but that's getting fixed. But this is what you got to do. Here you are. Then you get your mastery chest. Pick all this up so you can see what you get. These ingoliths. And I now have my upgrade materials. So I got 20 netherions, which that can convert into about 800 abducites. So you can get about 800 of these in one run once you're up in the 40s. So that's how you get your materials to do your masterworking and upgrading the levels. Alright, so they haven't released completely about what's going to happen with next league. I think it's going to have a lot to do with the health tide changes they have, because the health tide's like revamped and awesome now, and there's like these really hard monsters that spawn all the time. But other than that, you know, we got the one new boss, Anderial. I'm going to go ahead and show you. We have Uber bosses of every version too. So we got basically, yes, an Uber version of every single boss in the game now. And they're going to be monster level 200. And they have a ton of life. And they have some harder mechanics you got to deal with. They will do some new attacks, and they can be very difficult to beat. Like Uber Gregor, I'm going to show you what it costs to summon him. But once you get him down almost halfway, he does this thing where you can't even use healing potions or nothing like that. And you have to like dodge everything and kill his ads, and it can be pretty difficult. Like the only easy way I beat him was with like a bug drew in the group that one-shot him, but like you get 4 guys in there DPSing them down with an average build. It takes probably about 10 minutes to kill one. They do take some serious beating on too. Well, let me go ahead and go in here in the hall pendant, and I'll show you what we're looking at to do the Ubers. Now, keep in mind too, this is the PTR. Stuff's gonna change. Like, I think the drops are even messed up. Like, it does drop a ton of loot for the Uber bosses, but it's the wrong, like, it's not even item level 925. It's all like low stuff from like the level 70 versions of the boss. So I'm sure they're gonna fix all that. But yep, all you do is you basically just come up to the altar like you normally would, and you know you need 5 living steel. But if you want to do the Uber version, here you go. You need 3 of these Stygian stones and 25 living steel to summon the Uber version, which is, and they're all level 200. So yep, you got Zir, you got the Beast in the Ice, you got Gregor, Barshan, Duriel. They all have an Uber version. And well, I hope this little guide went through and helped you with a lot of stuff and understanding what's coming in 1.4 and Season 4. This game is looking amazing. They're doing a great job. I'm going to go ahead and show you the new Anderial fight from Dat Mods. They did a group fight on it. I haven't been able to get into him because it's some kind of bug with the curse doll, but you need these shackles and curse dolls to summon Anderial, and I'll go ahead and show you that fight. Thanks for watching, guys, and also we'll have the videos further in depth on all the classes and the unique items they got and their changes. So you can check my channel out for those videos. I'll also put them in the description.
It had like some poison attacks and stuff. Had like some red shooting abilities. Okay, that's cool. I like the way she looks. She looks pretty good though. Doesn't really have too many abilities though. She has a back jump with a front projectile. Pretty much, you just always want to be behind her. Yeah, there's like a little demon slam. I don't know what to call it. You think Andariel's kind of hot? Aw, yeah. She doesn't really do too much damage though. You think there's a phase 2? Okay, I guess we could damage it a little bit. Like, how much of this stuff hit for? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kill her quick. Okay, let's see if there's any more abilities. Okay, stop. Oh yeah, look, there's some Effigy the Anguish. But there is more ability. Okay, that was kind of cool. Try not to do too much damage though to her. Are you supposed to stand in these for safety? Cause look, there's like something going around. Now there's like a beam going on too. What the heck? That's pretty cool. There's like a little fire beam now. Okay, it's doing some dashes. This almost reminds me of Maven beams. What happens if I run into it? I don't really do too much damage. Oh, no, it does a lot of damage. Okay, I lied. Here, go run through. Yeah, go run into that thing, dude. It does a decent amount of damage. Okay, let me damage her some more. Okay, and then there's like... Oh shit, some people died. Flame shield, by the way. Okay, that was actually kind of cool. It had like some more abilities and stuff, and it had like different phases. The Uber version of that boss actually looks like it would probably be pretty fun. And then we got like some what loot did we end up getting? Oh my god! Boys! I dropped the Shaco! And it had the greater affix on my first Anderial kill! Oh shit! I actually got a Shaco on the PTR! Yo, let's go Master Forge this thing! Yo, that's what's up, boys. Shit. Yo, can you have that? Requires level 35? Yeah, it's level 35 equipable too over here. Yeah, damn. And what did you guys get? What did you guys get?